Hey, this is John Carlos, and I'm here with a look at the Marvel Legends Infinite Series Iron Man Space Armor Mark III action figure from the Marvel Now Iron Man the Godkiller and Guardians of the Galaxy series. Now, this figure comes with one accessory, Groot's right leg. That's part of the Build A Figure series. So be on the lookout for my review of the Groot Build A Figure. There are no loose joints on this figure, so the articulation is pretty good. Let me just take you through a quick look at all the different points of articulation. He has a ball joint in the head and a hinge at the neck, which allows the head to come forward like that. He's got a ball joint and hinge shoulder piece, and his shoulders also have a hinge right here for these additional pieces. There's a bicep cut, a double jointed elbow, there is a swiveling and hinged wrist. His stomach has the, or his waist has the turn and a ratcheting mid-torso cut. The legs, swing around. He's got the mid-thigh cut, double knee joint, and the hinged and swiveling ankle piece. So I really dig that. And again, it's all pretty tight. None of it's loose, so I dig that. Let's take a closer look at the work that's been done here. The sculpting on this is really nice. It could be easy for them to fall back and make redundant Iron Man figures, or kind of reuse the same stuff and repaint it, but if you've seen the comic, you know that this is a pretty accurate mask, at least one of the Iron Man masks, and they did a good job painting the gold in there and the yellow and gold on the eyes. Overall, the gold paint on this figure as a whole is pretty decent. It's not super detailed, but it's also not sloppy. Also, the arc reactor in his chest and in his hand, the yellow and orange paint that's been used is really good. I was expecting this to be really gloppy, but it turned out pretty good. And as you can see, the sculpting in the chest is pretty solid. Sculpting on his arms, I've come to expect, looks fine, looks good as usual. But I think they did a great job with all these little pieces of the chest, even that work on the neck. The only thing sloppy I've seen about this figure is the gold paint on the feet. You can see that there are some red areas exposed on those lines, and the gold paint bleeds over past the edge a bit there. And you can see on the thigh there's a little bit of red as well around the kneecap. But that's the only real complaint I have, and that's pretty minor. Also, be nice if these little areas here were painted yellow or orange. But it's not too big of a deal that they're not painted that way. Overall, this figure is pretty solid. It really doesn't come with many accessories, and by many I just mean Groot's right leg, and that's it. But I dig it. I dig it a lot, especially if you're a fan of Iron Man in the Guardians of the Galaxy line. It's pretty cool. Thanks for watching.